everyone. Welcome back to Random Conversations. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Noel.
And I'm taking back my hosting reins for this episode. And we have a few topics that we'd like to discuss with you all. Well, you could leave comments in the comment section, like, you know, you could start. So,
You could start.
I wanted to get into this article that you had sent me about the ICE agents joining the U.S. delegation at the Olympics, the Winter Olympics in Italy in, I believe, the next couple of weeks.
I think it's next week, I think.
Yeah, sometime in February. So a lot of things going on in February. So when I saw this, when you had sent this to me, I'm like, ain't no way. And, you know, the Italians are kind of like, why are they coming? There's no need for them to come. Who are they going to arrest? Like, what is the point of ICE going to Italy?
Yeah.
Like, just to say they went to Italy? Who are you going to arrest? Like, let's be real here. You cannot arrest Italian citizens because you're not on American soil.
Yeah.
So what is the point of you going?
Yeah. I mean, I get that. That was my knee-jerk reaction when I first saw the headline. I was like, ICE to accompany the U.S. delegation in the Olympics. I was like, why? And then secondly, my second thought was like, this is just terrible optics because the rest of the world has been
they already don't fuck with us.
Right.
So why would you want to do that?
Yeah.
Just to, we're the hottest country in the world. No, we are not. We are not. And I believe, I don't know if you know, sorry to get off topic a little bit, but Germany has listed the U.S. as one of the places not to go for German citizens. Like, do not go to the U.S. because of the internal turmoil that's going on over there. I mean, they're telling other countries. It's like us telling people not to go to like Venezuela or not to go to Honduras because they're one of the most dangerous countries in the world. We're starting to become that because every minute there's a riot. The gun violence is out of control. And now you're sending ICE agents to Italy for what? I mean, it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, so the optics is bad because everybody around the world is seeing how we've been handling our immigration situation, and it looks very heavy-handed and not very well organized, to say the least. It looks like a group of freaking weekend warriors decided that they didn't want to stay home anymore and they needed something to do, so they decided to put on some Wrangler jeans and and go and freaking do some freaking police work, and it's not, and it doesn't look good. Everything that happened with that guy that got shot in Minneapolis the other day, Alex Peretti,
and then Renee Good.
Yeah, so you know, it just seems that it's the wild, wild west out there. They just doing whatever they want to do.
They're killing people, citizens,
and there's no accountability. Like, you killing American citizens, and there's no accountability. It's crazy. But as I dug into the situation a little bit deeper, this is not the first time that ICE has been has been sent to the Olympics. Has accompanied the U.S. delegation in the Olympics. Is not the first time. It's not the second time. It's been done. There's precedence for it. And the arm of ICE that's going there is HCI, the Homeland Security Investigations, right? And they can't affect any immigration enforcement in any foreign country, but they do operate. They do have offices in 15 other countries around the world, right? So they're not going there to deport Italians from Italy. Like, they're not doing that. They're supposed to be there as security. I think their main task is to vet transnational criminal organizations, right? So they're not going there to do what you see them doing in the U.S. right now. They're not even the same division. Those are separate agents. They do separate things, right? So you have to go now, having the full view of the situation. I understand it. I still think optics wise, like anything that ICE is attached to, it just brings a bad vibe around it. So, you know, the Milan mayor was expressing that, you know, he was not happy with it, and he was like, why can't we just say no to Trump for once? Right? You know what I'm saying? So no one's happy about it. I don't even think the Olympians are happy about it, but they're not there to affect any type of immigration enforcement. They're there solely to vet transnational criminal organizations.
Isn't there another cooperate, like another delegation or another area of the government that could send enforcers instead of sending ICE?
That I don't know. But I do know that this is not the first time that.
Yeah,
ice
I
has
get
been
that,
sent,
but
right?
like with it being so hot right now.
Yeah, but I think the president wants ice to be front and center at the Olympics. I think he thinks that this particular division is a little bit more buttoned up, and it will
So it's not the
present.
same people that's out here killing citizens in the
No,
street. It's another
completely
set of
different.
people.
It's a different division, right? So like you have like in NYPD, you have narcotics, you have homicide, you have
Yeah,
traffic.
that's the word I was
right?
looking for, division.
All right, so it's different. It's a different division. They do a completely separate thing than the ones you see out there.
Well, as
killing
long as
people in
they're not
Minneapolis.
as long as they're not divisive and looking to stir up trouble at the Olympics, okay, maybe it is okay. But the optics is bad, like especially in this time with what's going on. The optics is very bad because you see what they're doing. They're not even they claim to be arresting criminals, but they're arresting regular people who just came here to make a living and make a better life for themselves.
But you know what? As a black person, when you see some
You know what? ICE would never approach a black
No,
person.
as a black tell that to the Haitians. As a black person, right? When you see some of these interactions online, like with the Alex Preddy situation, or what was the name of that woman that they shot? Renee Good. Right. She was the one that drove, right?
Yeah.
When you see those situations as a black person, me, all I can think about is all the times my parents say, cooperate, do what they ask you to do, right?
Now they're turning on their
now
own.
all I'm seeing is a bunch of white people who don't know how to conduct themselves in those type of situations because they're not used to law enforcement being so aggressive with them. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, all I'm thinking, it's like that old Bill Burr comedy special where he was like, damn, he said, this is why all people need to hang out with each other because different people have different pieces to the puzzle of life, right? He's like, so he said, you have, all I could think of is Alex Preddy had that one black friend and he was just like, yo, chill.
out.
Like this could escalate from 0 to
But
100
the
real
thing
quick.
is,
Like
have
relax,
you seen
bro.
the video? I think
I
he
saw-
was
I saw-
on the floor
well, no,
and
'cause
like
he-
he was like
He put himself
in a fetal
'cause
position.
remember, he wasn't even engaged with the officers at first.
He was trying to
He
help.
was off to the side, and then he interjected himself into the situation
Because he was trying to help a young lady, yeah.
He tried to be a hero, and he got shot 10 times as a result. I think it was
10 times
it was
is
like
very-
10 times
it's too
in-
much.
10 times in 5 seconds.
Because he was on the ground at that point.
yeah, he was on the ground. They took his gun, right?
They took his gun.
Right. So he wasn't a threat.
So he was not exactly.
And the way he was down on the ground, he was kind of like hunched over. His
Yeah, he was,
hands
like, in
was
fetal
up by his
position.
head because the other officers were striking him and whatnot. So he wasn't a threat to anyone at that point.
They just wanted to
I felt
shoot
like, yeah,
him.
that cop wanted to get his gun off, and I think this is what happens when you have a bunch of hotheads and you give them a gun.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know what kind of vetting
And no
process,
proper training.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of vetting process that they're doing when they're hiring these officers because it seems like
They're not.
You see, it's like they're trying to grow their ranks rapidly, right, to take on the mission that they're supposed to take on now because of Trump. And you see, it's like almost, I don't know what the age limit is, but the age limit, I don't think they're.
I don't know what it is.
Like-
Hold on, let me Google. But go ahead, keep talking.
But you see actors like Dean Cain. He used to be Superman back in the 90s for a TV show, right? And he's out there advertising and trying to recruit. It's like they're not getting the cream of the crop.
They're allowing qualified candidates to apply with no maximum age cap, though
Yeah, see?
a minimum age of 21 generally applies.
Right. So literally they're like opening their doors to everyone. It's like church, come as you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you taking in people like this and you giving them a badge and a gun, you telling them to go ahead and do your job with no training, and especially they're not police. So domestic police are trained to deal with crowd control and riots and whatnot. They're not trained to do that. So they're getting disrespected by these people, the people out there calling them all types of names, throwing stuff at them and whatnot. They're not keeping their anger in check, and you're seeing the results of that. People are getting shot, right? So I don't know where they go from with this. I think that they need to train these guys up better. They need to ramp down their immigration enforcement until these people are properly trained, because they just out here.
They just out here willy-nilly shooting people.
They're out here winging it.
And we don't know the background of the two men, because I think it was two ICE agents that shot Alex Preddy. We don't know if they were already decorated in another unit. But the one that shot Renee Good, he has experience and he should have known what to do. But
experience? What do you mean?
I think he had prior law enforcement experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like he probably was a police officer before then, and then he joined ICE, or they, like, we need you over here. And I think the emotions got the best of him, and that's why he shot her. But we don't know about these two men that shot Alex Pretty.
And that's the thing. I was looking at this other video, and they were explaining that, Trump was mobilizing the National Guard, but he was mobilizing the National Guard to protect federal buildings because the local PD weren't doing that. They were told to, just stay out of their business, right? So in them not protecting the buildings, you have the protesters constantly standing in front of the buildings whenever they come out.
But they do have a right to protest.
Right. You have a right to protest, but you don't have a right to impede, right? So when I'm coming out, when the officers are in their vans and leaving the premises to go enact whatever business they have to perform, right? You can't stand in their way and block them. You can't, throw things at the vehicle and whatnot. You shouldn't do that, right? But you see these people, like I would refer to them as agitators. And in the video, they was saying that, a lot of these people, they're waiting for a spark. You know what I'm saying? So they're agitating and waiting for one of them to lose their cool
to start
so for the negative publicity to keep on going. So,
but did you see Don Lemon got arrested?
Yeah,
because he was protesting too. But I don't think he was doing that.
I heard.
I think they just arrested him just to arrest him.
They probably didn't even know who he was.
I'm pretty sure a few people know who Don Lemon is.
If I saw Don Lemon in the street, I wouldn't know who the hell he was.
He's a Brooklyn College alumni.
That's cool.
Side note.
So that's why you know. That's why you know him.
No, I didn't know. Well, yeah, because I learned about him in one of my classes. Like, oh, he came, he went here, and that's the time he was working at CNN at that time. Still,
people be thinking because somebody's a TV personality that everybody's supposed to know him. I'm like, Don Lemon, I would have passed him straight in the street.
You never seen the New Year's special before he got fired from CNN with him and Anderson Cooper?
I don't watch New Year's specials.
And they be getting drunk.
That's a waste of freaking time.
They be getting drunk and saying a whole bunch of stuff on live television. But yeah, I think the optics for this is not good, especially in the climate that we're in right now with the ICE agents just shooting up everybody and just arresting and putting people in ICE detention centers that don't deserve to be there. There's this 5-year-old little boy, him and his dad were picked up by ICE, and they said the little boy, his condition is not good. Meaning like they need to put him in a hospital and get him treated for whatever he's got. When I saw that, I just got so mad. Like I got so upset because you're doing that to a child. This child has not committed any crimes. So what if his parents is illegal? You think the child should suffer for that?
Right, but what would they do with the child is my question to you. Because we all know that...
I understand. I understand where you're coming from, but get that child some care.
Right. I agree.
First.
I agree with you. There should be accommodations for the children, and the thing is, when you look at all these different situations and of ICE, doing their job, it just seems like there's a lack of humanity. Yeah. Right. And
that's the problem.
Right. They're illegal immigrants, okay, but they're still people at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? They're people with families and and friends, and they don't see them as that. They just label them immigrants, and it's like they dehumanize them with that label. Yeah. And then they feel that they could do whatever they want to do to them.
And they're only attacking a specific group of people, which is not right.
Because I'm pretty sure there's illegal Germans, there's illegal
everybody in this country.
Swiss, but you know what I'm saying? But you're going after Haitians and
Hispanic people.
So the optics really just doesn't
where
look
you
good.
Gotta walk around with your passport. I told my mother the other day, I told her, you probably should start walking with your passport before people try to scoop you up.
Wear that joint around your neck like your work on.
She's like, I'm not walking around with no passport. Right. I said, okay, because she looks like a Hispanic woman.
No, but it doesn't matter what you look like.
It shouldn't matter what you look like, but it matters.
I know when NYPD pulls you over, they could pull up information about you in their system. If I give, and they should have. And I
don't think ICE is in New York like that in the city, are they?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that ICE is operating.
But it's not to the extent that they're in Minneapolis.
Right now, all the heat is in Minneapolis. Yeah. But they were saying that there was rampant fraud in Minneapolis, which was prompting them to go there.
To
Because
go
like
there?
they have a heavier presence in certain states.
Because the Somalians, and they're also going after because there's a big population of Somalians in Minneapolis, and they said that I think they're the ones committing all the fraud or whatever.
Yeah.
So they try to get them.
Right. So I mean, if those are the people freaking calling my grandmother in the morning, freaking trying to get her to empty her freaking life savings, then more power to them. Get them up out of here.
Most of them are international. They're not even in the country.
But
So we can't say that.
But some of that does happen here. But I'm saying if that's the case, then I have no sympathy for them. Get them the fuck out of here, right? But they need to remember that it's humans that they're dealing with. It's people.
Not robots.
Right, and you need to treat them as such. You can't just strong arm everybody, you know? And us as U.S. citizens, we only making it worse when you stick your nose in it. You see what I'm saying? I've never seen a situation where it's been made better by a U.S. citizen, you know, stepping in and trying to do something. Alex Preddy, he tried to step in and do something, he got shot. The woman was shouting her stuff in the street.
All this shows me is that we don't really have the power.
I mean, but
we think we have.
We never did have the power.
All we can do as a citizens in this country is protest, and that's about it, and vote. And sometimes your vote is like,
no, we have the power
because a lot of people think these elections are rigged.
No, we have the power. The reason why it doesn't seem so is because the government, the people in power have done their job in separating us. They've separated us by race. They separated us by economic status. They separated us by religion. They separated us by ethnicity, right? So you don't have a complete society that's aligned with certain values. Like everybody, there's like pockets everywhere. Right, and as long as they keep us separated, we won't be able to affect the type of change that we all want. So you just
said we had the power, but you just...
No, I'm saying we have the power if we come together.
We're never gonna come together.
Right. I mean, well, I would never say never, but right now,
we're more separated and divided than we've ever been,
and that's by design.
That's why we don't have the power. So let's stick into the topic of who has the power and who doesn't. Young adults, they make good money. I think I make a decent amount.
Not all young adults make good money, but there's a lot of young adults.
Most young adults. Most young adults. I want to say like.
Well, let's go to the median.
65% of young adults, that's over half, make a decent living.
But they said the median is what, like 63,000, a little bit over 63,000, close to 64. As median
salary,
income, medium salary,
which is decent, but life is unaffordable. So according to the New York Times Post, is it New York Times?
Yeah.
Yeah. So according to the New York Times Post, a lot of these young people, we make a decent amount of money, we start families, but when it comes to establishing ourselves, buying a house, affording daycare, sending your kids to a decent school, we fall short of that. And we could say that the price of living is going up, and that's the reason why we can't sustain a good lifestyle or a decent or a comfortable lifestyle. But I think you did the research, it's with every generation, not just us. Young people in the 80s also felt the same same thing.
Yeah, everybody, and that's my thing. That's the only thing that I don't like. It's like the younger generation, like Gen Z, they make it seem like they're the only generation that's ever suffered, right? And I think it's to the parenting too, because I feel like
we feel like we suffered too, millennials.
No, but we feel like we suffer because of all the different
decisions,
all the different historical incidents that happened during our time, like starting from 9/11,
the recession,
all the way to the recession, to
the 2008 recession,
the Trump and all this stuff. Like, so we've seen a lot, right?
And we're continuing to see a lot.
Right.
Gen Z thinks we're old, but we're still young.
Right.
And we're dealing with the same things they're dealing with as well.
I think Gen Z is the softest generation yet. And I think you see it in that article. Yes, the article's title, I didn't have a issue with that. Yes, it's hard to, have the American dream nowadays, which is to buy a home and to start a family and all that stuff, the white picket fence, all of that, right? It's harder today, but it was hard back then too. So we can't dismiss and belittle what past generations went through, because it wasn't easy, right? But if you look at the article and you look at some of the all the individuals that they interviewed, at least that they put a spotlight on, were 30 and below, right? And I saw one individual was like, why can't he's like, it's so hard, why can't I be able to afford a house and be able to dine out twice a week? And I'm like, dine out twice a week? Like, so that's the line that you're saying, where, you know, society is affordable to unaffordable if you could dine out twice a week. You know, as being married, I'm making a concerted effort to try to go on a date at least once a month. All right, you know what I'm saying? They want to go out to eat twice a week, and I'm like, you have to understand, anything worth doing is gonna come with sacrifice. Buying a home is gonna come with sacrifice. Getting married is gonna come with sacrifice. Having children is gonna come with sacrifice. Each one of those decisions, you know, money is allocated elsewhere outside of just you and your recreational activities, right? Especially when you have kids.
So how do you think previous generations did that? Because they would have a decent amount of kids, 3-4 kids, go on family vacations and afford a house. They're looking at what used to be done, right? And they're like, how come this could happen here? It can't happen here.
It can happen, but
these people make 90,000. I'm looking at a spotlight right now. 90,000 is a decent amount,
right?
But he said that he wanted kids, but he can't afford that anymore.
Yeah, but what did he say exactly?
Hold on.
Read what he said exactly.
Back into my phone.
Right, because a lot of them, they were saying things that to me wasn't realistic. All right.
So he said this person's name is Gary Thurston. He's 27. He's an electrical engineer in Philadelphia. He said he wanted children, but his salary, about $90K a year, would need to cover student loans and childcare. So he's still paying back from being in school.
Right.
And those you'll be in your mid-50s paying back student loans.
So you made
and childcare is also through the roof. And I think we've spoken about that before.
Childcare is like renting a two-bedroom apartment.
And it's like, why?
But my thing is, you also have to look at the decisions that you make. What school did you decide to go to that you have to pay all this exuberant amount of student loans?
You know,
you have to be smart about it, and then also you want to have
kids.
Do you
know about the accreditation, like schools that have accreditation? You could get a degree.
You could go to you could get an electrical engineer degree. Like just take New York for instance. You could go to you could spend top dollar and go to NYU or Polytech. Or you could save your money and go to New York City Tech and get the same degree, right? So it's all about the decisions that you make.
Yeah, but certain jobs, and I work in recruitment, so I know, not to say I'm one of those, they look at the school you go to.
Yeah, you look at the school you go to some degree. But
and they measure your education and your intellect based off the school that you get in. Like, it's a way of life.
No.
Oh, I went to a better high school than you. I went to a better college than you. Not all people think that way, including I don't think that way. But certain schools that you go to, they look at that like, oh, this person got a degree from where? Oh, they must be X, Y, Z.
That you go to?
Certain schools that you go to, and a job, and a person looking to place you in a position that they have, they look at your resume, they look at your schooling, they look at your education, they see, oh, I got a master's from Penn State, or I got a master's from Northwestern, or I got a master's from Stanford University in California, which is a prestigious school. They're like, oh, they're impressed. You know, oh, you got your bachelor's from NY. Oh, they're impressed.
Yeah.
So that's why certain people go to those top-notch schools, because it feels like it'll get them. And certain schools, you do get more opportunities than if you go to like a regular college, a 4-year college.
Is that the case? Because all I see everywhere is how you can't make enough money, and people coming out of those schools with these high priced degrees still can't get a job, and they're talking about less upward mobility. So if you see all of this, are you gonna still encourage your children to go to?
Well, that's the trend now.
College?
That's the trend now.
No, but it's been trending. That's not new. And
because if you look, there's a lot of people who have good, like they got degrees from prestigious schools and they have decent jobs.
Right, and there's plenty of people who have degrees from community college and they have decent jobs.
I get that.
Right.
But certain people, they still have the mindset, I have to get into this school. So when your kids graduate or my kid graduates, you want them to get into the best school, right?
But I want them to get into a school that they can afford. I don't want you to get into freaking student debt up to your eyeballs that you can never dig
certain
yourself
people don't
out
care
of.
about that.
Right.
They
So-
just
so-
want
right.
to
So-
say,
so- so he
oh,
doesn't- so
I
he
got
didn't-
into
right.
XYZ,
So-
I
so-
got
so-
into this school.
right. So he didn't care
that's
about
where,
it. Right. So he
so
didn't
I
care
could get a
about it.
better opportunity
So-
of finding a job.
So he didn't care about it, and he can't have kids, and now he's bitching on social media about it. He's bitching to some reporter about it, right?
Well, we don't know
So
where he we don't know where he
right, no.
graduated
You
from.
make these decisions, and you to go to whatever school you go to. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand, people think that life starts after college. People think that, the decisions that you make early on don't affect. Every decision affects you. Even my son, he's in the 3rd grade. I'm like, what you do now affects what you do in the 4th grade, and then it eventually will affect what middle school you get into, and how you do in middle school is going to affect what high school you get into, and what high school you get into is going to affect what college you get. Like, every single decision counts, and people think that they have up until the end of college, and then when quote unquote life starts, and you're a full-fledged adult and society is going to see you as such, that's when all your decisions count. No, decisions count from so far down the line, right? But a lot of people, they don't heed that, and they make dumb decisions, like when you turn 18 and they send you start sending you credit cards, and you grab one and you max it out, and you think you have all this time to pay it back, and then you get up to your eyeballs.
Well, that's
it's
the parents should have
right, and
should have said something about
the parents
that.
should have said something about college too. It's like, okay, you could go to this school, spend $20,000 a year, which you don't have, so you're gonna take out student loans. You're gonna come out $80,000 in debt. It
starts from when these adults now are kids, because their parents, they just want them to get into the best school so they can get the best education, and it just goes up and up and up until college. And if you want, quote unquote, the best education, you're gonna want your kid to go to a prestigious university.
No, I think,
and that's gonna cost money.
You want your child to be educated. You want your child to have a head start in life, right? You don't want them to come out $100,000 in debt.
Well, now, not all parents think like that.
And clearly his parents didn't. My thing is, what you should be concerned with is the field that you're getting into, because if your field is going to provide you with the income to pay back your student loans, then by all means go. Like a doctor, you get $200,000 in student loans, but there's every expectation that once you fulfill that all the requirements and become a doctor and you start making the money, you'll be able to pay that back, right? Now, if I'm going to a prestigious school like Brown for freaking philosophy or liberal arts, and I come out and I become a freaking teacher, you're never gonna pay that back, and then you're gonna be looking for government handouts. I'm like, but that was a dumb decision.
It's gonna be like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
No, it's not. It's just make smart decisions. You're not rich. Your daddy's not is not freaking Daddy Warbucks. He don't got.
So you're
he don't
saying
got
the
Benjamins
prestigious
falling
schools
out his pockets.
they're only sectioned off to kids whose parents are well off?
Prestigious schools are sectioned off to people who can afford them, people who are smart enough to get smart enough to get college, to get scholarships, or have a plan to get a job that will pay back those student loans. You don't just go to these high priced colleges and to do nonsense like be an art major. You know what I'm saying? You just I would not advise my child to do that. I'd be like,
that's why people are telling their kids to do trades.
Right. Do trades. You don't even have to go to college. You go to a trade school.
And a lot of people who go to, like, say, CUNY, for instance, they come out with decent jobs too. That's why I'm saying I was never the type to look at somebody's schooling, like where they went to school, and base my judgment off of that. But certain people do. That's all I'm saying. Right. And that's where these kids, their mindset comes from that.
Well, I don't. You
see the school that I went to?
I don't work in HR, but I know a few HR professionals, right? And what they're looking for is, do you meet the requirements? They're not looking at, oh, you went to friggin' Harvard. It's like, but does this person meet the requirements? And they're gonna look at they look at past experience even weighs that much more than your college degree, which is what a lot of these
experience and college degree.
But it weighs heavier is your past
Because
experience.
there's
which
certain
is
roles where you could have a lot of experience, but you have to have that
you have to have a
piece of
degree.
paper. You have to have that diploma.
Right. But it don't matter where it come from as long as you have that piece of paper. But
Certain people feel like it should matter.
The experience, the people who paid for it feel like it should matter, right? And that's on them. That's good for them. You spent all that money and you got your degree. It's nice. It's good for you.
Yeah, so back to what we were originally talking about, which is the cost of living for young adults. Another comment here is saying that we live in the most wealthiest country in the history of human civilization. So this is the topic, the quote that you had mentioned earlier. So why can't I eat out twice a week and have kids?
Yeah, it sounds like.
And that's another thing.
Baby.
It's true though.
No, it's not true.
No, I'm not saying about the eating out twice a week. I'm talking about we're the richest country in all of human history.
Right.
So why are we a lot of Americans are living on or below the poverty line. Right. It shouldn't even be that way.
If you want to look at where our money goes, look at our military.
Yeah, it goes to the military and it goes to other countries.
Right. So our military is
what
most
did
advanced,
Tupac
most
say?
Powerful military.
We got money for wars but can't feed the poor.
It's always
a backward ass system.
But the thing is,
and people are seeing this and they're basing their judgment off of that. Mm-hmm. We're sending trillions of money to Argentina. We're sending trillions of dollars to other countries. Why can't that be invested in us?
Because we're seen as the police
but we shouldn't be. He ran his campaign on America first, right? Mm-hmm. Everything that's happening now, is that America first?
I think what happened in Venezuela is America first. That's money in our pocket. That's oil reserves for us.
Yeah, but I heard he's targeting Cuba now.
Right, so
for oil. So what was the point? So you trying to take the oil from everybody?
You mean what was the
point?
What
are the repercussions? What are the repercussions, or what are the results from taking Venezuela's oil? Are we seeing it right now? What are we looking at right now?
You're not going to realize those gains right now because a lot of the oil is crude oil. It's very thick. We have to refine it in order to use it, in order to sell it, right? But we're equipped to do that. It's going to take some time, but we will see the benefits of it, right? Do I agree with the heavy-handed tactics that he took? No, right? But if you're going to ask me if it's America first, we only benefit from it. Venezuela does not. He don't care about Venezuela. He never claimed to.
So how are we? Okay, so yeah, we get the oil. So what is that going to do for us?
What is that going to do for us? Oil is the lifeblood of everything that's happening, right? Oil, you need oil for everything, right? So because we haven't converted to clean energy,
And this is just going to push us way back.
Right,
go ahead.
Right. But now we no longer have to.
So the doomsday clock is going to go up a couple seconds.
It went up already.
Yeah, and it's going to go up more once this whole oil shenanigans takes place. Go ahead.
This doomsday clock, I don't understand it. I'm like, so when is it doomsday?
It's about to be. Now that we got all this oil and we're not living in a clean atmosphere, it's going to be closer than we ever expected.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
All the fumes is just going to go up in the air, and all the poison, mm-hmm. the poison is just, we're going to inhale it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing though.
That's not America first. He's trying to kill us.
I'll tell you one thing though. The dinosaurs, they have no industry. And the freaking
that
planet,
is not America
first. The planet went to shit, right? We had ice ages and there was no factories. The planet still went to shit. The planet goes through its cycles. The planet goes through shit, and
but we're in a position.
Have to deal with
we're in a position where it doesn't have to.
You think so?
We could put ourselves in a position. We have a lot of people in this world, a lot of smart people, a lot of scientists in this world.
Very smart.
Very smart. Yeah. You're right.
Harvard educated.
That could avert that.
Uh-huh.
We're not taking that route. We're taking the easy way. Give me the oil so we could put gas in and do whatever it is that we need with the oil. Mm-hmm. We're not thinking about a clean world. We're not thinking about generations after us. He's thinking about now.
Yeah.
He's thinking about now. And I get it. Yes, you should think about now. But
you should always give a thought to the future, especially when you have kids that you're gonna leave behind.
Exactly.
He's like damn near 80.
Do you want your great great grandkids to be blown up?
But do you think Trump,
when the world explodes.
Do you think Trump is sympathetic to anyone's plight but his own?
No,
Right.
and that's
not
the
even
part.
his not even his kids.
That is the point.
His kids are only.
You think
good
he's
to
not
him.
gonna benefit off of getting all that oil?
He's already benefited.
Did you
he got
hear that
$1.4 billion just being in
just
the
being the
presidency.
president?
Yeah. What? What do you want me to say?
You see?
What do you
is
want
that
me to say?
That's him first. He's putting himself first.
Yeah.
A lot of these presidents. Let me see how much money Biden made and Obama made while they were in office.
So you don't want to look at that. I know Hunter Biden made quite a bit.
Is he the president?
He was the president's son.
Was he the president?
But these
how
real,
much money?
but Trump's gains, they go to his company, which aren't.
Did,
remember, he had to give away his control over this
exactly.
country.
And when he's out of office,
companies.
who's getting it back?
Right. So
how much money did
I say that to you?
Obama make during his presidency?
I say that to you because you just said Hunter Biden is not the president, but he's his son, and so whatever realized gains he makes during his father's presidency, is it that far fetched to think that he would benefit from it once he's no longer president? It's like you can't. The logic has to track both ways. It can't just be.
Okay, so this was in 2017 when he left office.
Mm-hmm.
He only made $20.5 million.
Yeah, and what's the president's salary?
The president's salary
like
is only
332
million. I mean, thousand.
332 million. Whoa.
Hold on. Averaging 392,000 a year.
Right. So he
made money.
He made
but
way more.
Wait.
But no one. Where did that $20 million come from?
Hold on. Time out.
Where did that $20 million come from?
Time out. This is between 2005.
Where did $20 million come from?
This is between 2005 and 2016.
Right.
That's 11 years.
But here, let me tell you something.
This is before he became president.
I've been working for the city for 10 years, right? I came in broke. I'm still broke, right? If I started, if I started with the city,
can you let me talk?
Let me ask you a question.
I'm telling you. Listen, I'm trying to make a comparison. Can I make my comparison before you start? Can I make my comparison before you start?
Go ahead.
He made $20.5 million between 2005 and 2016. Mm-hmm. He went into office in 2008, right? Mm-hmm. So he probably made, while he was president, a little under 25, a little bit under 20.5 million. Oh, what's his face right now? What's his face right now made 1.4 billion.
Yes.
In 1 year.
It's called inflation, folks.
In 1 year. That's the point I'm trying to make.
No, I mean, I'm not
billion with a B in 1 year.
Right. So
this man in the span of 11 years only made 20.5. I'm not mad at that.
Let me ask you. You're not mad at that?
No, I'm not
as
mad.
$1
billion in a year?
But how you make $20 million? How do you make $20
obviously in other ventures. Obviously in other ventures, but $1.4 billion.
He was a senator.
Do you see the difference?
He was a senator.
But do you see the difference though? Do you see the difference?
Let me ask you something.
Do you? Yes or no? Do you
Clearly, I see the difference. Then. No, but I don't like when the other half overlooks things.
I'm not looking things.
There.
I'm not overlooking things.
Because he was a public figure. How does he? How does his bankroll come up that high?
I just said I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, you're not mad at that. But so 20 million.
If Trump made a little bit under, or a little if he made $20.5 million in 1 year, I'm not mad at that. Mm-hmm. He made $1.4 billion. But
he didn't make
it in 1 year.
He didn't make it. He's not in control of those companies.
Oh, please.
He's not in control.
All right.
He's not.
All right.
He had to relinquish control.
That's what you think. Come on. Don't be so naive. Don't be so naive.
But you said to me, when I said Hunter Biden definitely made some money while his father was the president, you said, but is he president though? But the logic doesn't track.
I'm talking about the presidents. No,
but the president doesn't have control of none of those companies.
Are you sure about that? You don't know. You don't know. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. You don't.
It reminds me of that meme. Like, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. You don't know.
Of course not. I don't know.
You don't know.
All I can look at is the numbers, right? Either way, it looked like funny numbers to me when you look at both, but clearly Trump has freaking lapped him by a country mile. Right, $1.4 billion is a lot. I mentioned it early on, not as a as something to big him up on, but at the same time, now she want to do her investigative journalism.
Hold on. During
his presidency from
Joe Biden's income during his presidency between 21 and 24 consisted primarily of his $400,000 annual salary plus additional earnings from the first lady. Combined, the Bidens reported over $610,000 in 21. 579 in 22, 620 in 23. His net worth is estimated to be around 10 million.
Right. And
so he only
look up Hunter.
He only made what his salary consists of as being the president.
Can we look up Hunter?
How much money did Hunter during his father's?
Biden knew he was on the way out, so he's going to the upper room.
Stop it.
So, he was like, let me get my son right.
During the first few years of his father's presidency, Hunter Biden generated roughly $1.5 million in income from the sale of his artwork. While his artwork sales initially brought in significant funds, his income from art and book sales dropped sharply in 23.
That's it.
Basically, he sold his art, and that's what got him his money.
I don't know. We don't have to table this because I'm gonna do my own little research.
All right, do your own little research.
It's slanted over there.
It's slanted. I'm reading what they say.
Slanted, man.
I'm reading what was said.
Man.
So let's go into a more fun topic. Even though I did have fun that last segment because I think I made my point.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I made my point.
Whatever.
Anywho,
I don't know what the point was, but whatever.
You knew what the point was.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I really don't know.
Yes, you do.
I don't know. I know.
20.5 million.
But that wasn't even the topic.
1.4 billion.
But that wasn't even the topic. Like,
yeah,
we got there. She dragged me into this.
And I made my case.
I was completely unprepared. She has the computer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have your phone.
She's cheating. So
anywho,
whatever.
So Super Bowl. So next Sunday, February 8th, is the Super Bowl 60, which is going to be held in San Francisco, California. Mm-hmm. And the final two teams that made it are the Seattle Seahawks. They're coming from the NFC, and the New England Patriots coming from the AFC. I think I said the last time that we spoke about football that I wanted the Seahawks to win the whole thing. And I was right.
I don't remember that.
I remember that. When we were talking about Wild Card Weekend, and we said, who's coming out of the NFC? I said, I think I like the Seahawks.
You say you like the Seahawks coming out the NFC, but you said they
coming out the NFC. That's what they did.
No, you just said they're going to win the whole thing.
Yeah, and I said that as well.
That.
And I said if they came out the NFC, I would like for them to win the whole thing. That's what I said.
I'm going to have to look that. I'm going to have to go back.
Yeah, go ahead and look it up.
I don't believe it.
I believe it somewhat.
This girl don't be right about nothing. And all of a sudden she got...
Anyway, I'm 90% sure that's what I said.
The Patriots about to win this anyway.
Why would you say that?
And I'm going to count the ways. Right?
Go ahead.
Number one, the Seahawks got one fantastic weapon, and that's friggin' Jackson Smith and Jigba, right?
Yeah.
Now we know one thing.
How do you say his name?
Jackson Smith and
JSN.
Yeah, JSN. Yeah. Jackson Smith and Jigba, right? They got that one weapon. And if I know who the Patriots coach is, and that's Mike Vrabel, he played under the greatest coach of all time, the greatest defensive-minded coach of all time in Bill Belichick. And what was he famous for? He always took away your number one option. he always took away the number one option, right? So I can see Jackson Smith and Jigba only getting maybe like 4 balls for like 53 yards or something like that. No TDs.
You acting like the Seahawks defense is not lethal.
No, the Seahawks defense is lethal, but not. We're comparing the two. I think Jackson Smith and Jigba is not going to wreck the game. I don't think that they're going to allow him to. Right, that Patriots defense is too good. Right, and I think that Sam Darnold is gonna. He's on pumpkin watch. You know what I'm saying? I watched this show.
Pumpkin Watch? Yeah, how is he on Pumpkin Watch and he made it all the way to the Super Bowl?
Right. I think he's going
to
turn back into a pumpkin.
It would have turned into a pumpkin long time.
He going to see ghosts in the Super Bowl like he saw ghosts when
he's just hating because he's mad Sam Darnold's not with the Jets anymore. Whatever. That's the problem.
I'm not mad.
But go ahead.
Can I finish my analysis?
Go ahead.
Can I finish my analysis?
I said go ahead.
Jesus. Right. So anyway, yeah. So I think Sam Darnold's is going to turn back into a pumpkin, and he's going to freaking throw like 2 interceptions, 1 pick six, and I think the score is going to be 21-7. Patriots.
That's a boring ass Super Bowl, and that's not gonna happen.
I didn't say it was gonna be exciting. I said the Patriots is gonna win. I think the Patriots are gonna win. I think Mike Vrabel is a better coach than Seattle's coach. I think that Sam Darnold and Drake May is kind of a wash, even though they're saying that Drake May might be dealing with some sort of throwing arm injury. Like he said that he made a comment that he's been throwing a lot since the start of the season. And I've never heard a quarterback complain about how many times they throw the ball. Normally that's baseball when they try to keep the pitch count down and whatnot. So I think, but I think that it's much to do about nothing. He's going to play. I think he's going to play well. And I think I like the Patriots running game too. I think they're going to play keep away. So they're going to keep that explosive offense of the Seahawks at bay. They're going to keep them on the sideline. I think that's how they're going to win. Run the ball. Freaking bracket coverage.
Don't nobody know who the running back for New England is.
This is Henderson, I believe. Whatever.
Whoop-de-doo.
That boy good.
Whoop-de-doo.
That boy fast.
Whoop-de-doo.
All right. You heard it here first. I said it. Patriots win. And I hate the freaking Patriots. The only team I hate more than the Patriots is the Giants. But ain't no way in hell.
You're such a big time hater. I swear to God.
Ain't no way in hell
I swear
the Seahawks
to God.
is going all the way. Just because she predicted it, it's not gonna happen.
I swear to God, Seattle. You're not giving them a fair shot. They're no slouch.
No, they're not. But the Patriots gonna win.
Who they beat? The Rams. The Rams ain't no slouch. A lot of people thought the Rams were gonna go to the Super Bowl.
Because everything, as much as we know about football, we get enamored by the offensive stats, right? Because the Rams had like the 26th ranked defense or whatever in the playoff. I mean, they had the 26th ranked defense. They were not good, and so they got lit up. That's why it was a freaking.
They barely escaped Denver. If Denver had their quarterback, we would not be having this conversation.
I believe
Denver would have won.
I believe they played in a blizzard.
Denver would have won.
I believe they played in a blizzard.
Denver still would have won.
Was there snow on the ground?
Later on, there was.
Later on, it was like the whole second half they was playing.
Later on, duh.
Jesus Christ! So you're just gonna be freaking confrontational. I see how this is gonna go.
Yeah.
So who do you think? You think the Seahawks is going all the way?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I believe their offense is better. They will put up points.
Name two people. Name 2 people besides Sam Darnold and JSN on that offense right now.
I don't know.
Kenneth Walker, Cooper Kupp.
Oh yeah, Cooper Kupp. That's right. So you got JSN and Cooper Kupp?
And Cooper Kupp is
Please.
Cooper Kupp is a shell of himself. He's the 3rd option on that team.
He's gonna wake up by the time the Super Bowl happens. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I believe he scored like 2 touchdowns in the NFC Championship game.
I think he got 1 tutty.
All right, and at least he got a tutty.
It's all right.
At least he got I feel like the Seahawks offense is better than the Patriots.
I don't think so.
I barely see Stephon. I barely see Stephon.
I think. Oh, Stephon gonna have a big game.
The whole playoffs, I barely saw Stephon. I think he had like 1 touchdown this whole playoffs.
They played in New England. And they played in Denver and they played in New England, the 2 worst weather stadiums in the playoffs. Like, it's January in Boston and January in Denver. You act
like Stephon never came from a cold weather team. He was in Buffalo for he was in Minnesota, even though their stadium, but he was in Buffalo for a long time.
Yeah.
The weather has no effect. And he was lights out with Josh Allen.
The weather has effect. The Patriots barely threw the ball. They ran the ball. They played keep away.
That's how they You're
beat
saying
them.
He's going to have a big game. First of all, you say Drake May is already having problems with his throwing arm. Yeah, now you're saying Stephon's going to have a big game?
Stephon's going to have a big game.
How if Drake May is having problems with his arm?
I said I think his arm is much to do about nothing. I think by game time, he's going to be good.
I don't know, because they also have other wideouts on New England. Number 9, I don't know what his name is, but he is good. Mm-hmm. I barely Stephon would he'll catch here and there, but I barely see him.
You gonna see him on Sunday?
Well, we'll see him on Sunday, hopefully.
Next Sunday.
Hopefully for Patriots fans.
Mm-hmm. I gotta reiterate this. I freaking hate the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? I hate them. The only team I hate more than them is the Giants.
I don't get it.
The lowly Giants.
I hate
the Giants.
I don't get it.
The midgets.
But the New York midgets. We shall see. when everything is said and done and Bad Bunny has his halftime performance, we shall see who becomes victorious.
I'm gonna have my freaking my freaking translation. I'm gonna have this freaking.
Oh my God!
What they call that?
Google Translate?
No.
Duolingo?
No. What was it? What's that thing they put on the TV?
Rosetta Stone? Don't be a dipshit.
Google Translate on and shit like that. I'm gonna be just listening to the beat. I'm like, I don't know what he's saying, but that boy sure do sound good.
Don't be a dipshit, please.
I hope he got some freaking English speaking guests he's bringing up there to freaking.
He probably won't, just to give a middle finger to the establishment.
Yep.
Because they were like, we don't want to see Bad Bunny.
I mean, a lot of people.
Whatever happened to the rival halftime show they said they were going to put out? It's still going on?
I'm pretty sure. Because there's going to be people, there's going to be money to be made off of that too. Because there's going to be a large contingent of
but a lot more people are going to watch Bad Bunny because he is global.
I believe that a lot of people are going to watch Bad Bunny for sure.
That man is global. And everybody around the world is watching that.
Right. But you don't need...
The whole of South America is going to be watching that.
But you'll probably have as much people that will watch an NBA game or watch that.
Watch the rival one?
Watch the rival one, which is good. Hey. They'll take that. It's gonna be pulling in more viewers than everything else on TV.
I don't know. I haven't seen much advertisement for this one.
I don't know for what.
For Bad Bunny. I know they had like a couple of commercials.
They had it on Telemundo.
But I said don't be a dipshit. That's what I said.
Tune in on Sunday.
He's still be a dipshit.
Bad Bunny.
But not like when Usher was doing his halftime. All you saw was Usher for a good 2-3 weeks. Usher. But Bad Bunny right now is bigger than that.
Yeah, right now. But Usher's legendary. He encapsulates generations. Bad Bunny is this generation.
No, we'll see. I think he's going to put on a marvelous show, and I'm going to be...
Marvelous? Yeah,
dancing.
That's going to be the only thing keeping her happy while the freaking Seahawks is down 21-0 at half.
So, that was an episode of Random Conversations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm your host, Danielle.
Yep. And I'm Noel. Sometimes I host, sometimes I don't. You know what I'm saying?
You can
like, subscribe, comment under the videos if you like. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. If you like what we're putting down, let us know in the comments. If you have any topics you would like us to cover, put it in the comments. If you have some constructive criticism for us, put it in the comments.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we still want to thank you all who are tuning in and viewing and giving us support. We really, really appreciate it.
Okay. See you next week. Bye-bye.